What was really revealed is the perilous situation that Vice President Pence was in. That he was, to see a photograph of him standing without even a chair, trying to coordinate the government's response to this riot because Donald Trump wasn't doing it, was supposed to be a really powerful message to all Americans about how serious this event was.
How did the committee try to connect Donald Trump's pressure campaign against Mike Pence to the violence on January the 6th?
Well, what they're trying to do is create an argument about how the violence was part of a larger conspiracy to try to get the election overturned. And to try to put Mike Pence into it is really, I think, a way to kind of get Republicans on board, to sort of show that this isn't Democrats versus Republicans. This was Trump versus Americans.
And committee members argue that this also shows that Donald Trump's corrupt intentions could lay the groundwork for a potential indictment.
Yes, absolutely. And there's been some back and forth about that. So what's interesting is, of course, the Congress can't do anything with respect to an indictment, but they can send the information that they've gotten in their investigation to the Justice Department. But that's a politically tough thing. So Congress wants to make it as easy as possible for an indictment to come down against Trump, or at least the members of this committee do.
Well, the committee heaped praise on Mr. Pence's actions, and yet the former vice president wasn't even present at the hearing.
Right, exactly, and I think that's part of this attempt to in these polarized times to sort of to say to Republicans that this is not a partisan issue, that this is about protecting the Republic. And Mike Pence, right, your guy, the one from your team, was under the most pressure and in the most danger.
And Kristin, what was revealed about the role of Donald Trump's attorney, John Eastman, at the time?
Well, what's really showing, I think, is for Eastman and for a lot of the group is that they knew what they were doing was illegal. They've said that it was illegal, and I think that there was a belief for a while that they were just mistaken, that they were a bunch of people who got carried away with a bizarre conspiracy theory. But what we're starting to hear is a much richer argument that has to do with to real intent to subvert the outcome of the election.
Now, there are still a few more hearings yet to come. What's expected to result from those, and who else will testify?
Well, it's interesting how close to the vest the committee is being. They're trying to have a very kind of Hollywood setup to these hearings. So what we're going to continue to do is see these arguments get closer and closer to the president, and closer to success as the hearings go forward. So they really are being very strategic about how they're playing these out.
What's the overall purpose of these hearings when they conclude? What could likely happen after that?
So there are a lot of potential things that could come out of this. I think that there's not much more that Congress could do. It could try and impeach the president again, but that's not likely. What's most likely is that this information will go to the Justice Department, and that there will be an attempt to do something there. And also, there's been some discussion of members of Congress who are involved, and so they may face internal punishment as well.
And just finally, Kristin, how much do you think this has grabbed the attention of the public ahead of November midterm elections?
I think, unfortunately, there are a lot of Americans who are paying lots of attention and a lot who aren't paying very much attention. And it's all the people whose minds are already made up who are paying the most attention. A lot of Americans are more concerned about prices of gasoline and getting ready for summer and those kinds of things.
Kristin Kanthak, good to talk. Thanks so much.
Thank you.